Let's talk about group dynamics now. We'll think some about the effects of group size on stability, intimacy, attitudes, and behavior, as well as the types and styles of leadership. We'll also talk about the Asch experiment on peer pressure and the Milgram experiment on authority, and also the implications of groupthink. Sociologists use the term small group to describe a group of people where the group is small enough so that each member can interact directly with others. Small groups can be primary or secondary. We all know the basic concept of peer pressure. Being part of a group can affect your behavior, as we'll see when we discuss the Asch experiment. And being part of a group and assuming a specific role within that group, who reports to people in authority, can also have a profound influence on our behavior. And we'll see that in the Milgram experiment. And groupthink shows us that sometimes groups develop tunnel vision, and we'll talk about those issues in just a little bit. As already said, a small group is one where all the members can interact directly with each other. You can see that in a dyad where there are two group members that the interaction is fairly simple. Add one member to create a triad and there are 3 times as many relationships. The dyad is a very intimate relationship, but is not very stable. One person leaves, it's no longer a group. The larger the group gets, the more stable it becomes, but the less intimate it will be. This slide helps you think about group intimacy and how it's affected when more group members become part of that group. You can see how the number of relationships increase dramatically as the number of group members increase. By the time the group has grown to 7 people, there are 21 relationships to consider. Group size has a significant influence on how people interact. Even when a group changes from a dyad, meaning 2 people, to a triad, which is 3 people, the relationships among the participants undergo a shift. Think about the arrival of a child in a family and how that changes the relationship dynamics. And when children leave the home, parents undergo empty nest syndrome. Part of the issue is the loss of the central focus of the parents, but another issue may be that the parents have relied on a family model where they have interacted more with the children and less with each other, and they no longer know how to relate to each other in an intimate relationship. As groups grow, the formality of the groups increase. Responsibility for the group's actions tend to diffuse as well. The more people involved, the less personally responsible the individual members may be. In the experiment described in the text by Darling and Latane, the larger the group was, the less likely someone was to call for help, and the slower they moved to get help.